Right, let's speak to Ian Abrahams. Moose joins us. Right, Moosey?
Moosey.
Yeah, I remember shaking back. Wow.
Yeah, that's old school.
A few memories
Old
there,
school.
Moosey.
Moosey,
You don't get adverts like you used to, boys.
No, we was having this discussion. You don't, do you? It's changed
it's gone
now.
a different way now, mate.
Everyone's streaming services, isn't they? It's just a different world. Different world we live in. Right, let's talk about Premier League at the weekend. Building up to it. Some big games coming up. Tottenham need a result here. This is, we can put a real good marker down. We started the season really well. You
got a result.
Yeah, we got a result against Liverpool, but you got to add to it. You got to keep going.
This is the sort of game if Spurs have really got
anything about them.
Yeah, and it's the sort of game where Spurs think, you know what, we ain't got European football. We're not in the League Cup. If we can go Saturday to Saturday, or Sunday, whatever it might be, there's no reason why, if you keep everyone fit, you can't feel that you might be able to get yourself in and amongst it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And I think
the only worry I have for this weekend is because I was at Luton on Tuesday when they played Burnley and they lost. It was live on talkSPORT 2. Is that for me the expectation of everybody, definitely of Jamie, probably of you, Jason, and certainly of me, with respect to Luton, is that Spurs are going to roll in there and do what they did at Burnley.
No, I don't think that.
Oh, you don't think that?
No.
Why?
Because I just don't think it's going to be that easy. We need to get that out of our heads.
Well, I think it will.
I think you have to respect Luton. I think it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I think we'll win the game, but I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park.
Well, Luton defend with a very high line, and I think that's going to absolutely suit Maddison's ball through for Son and probably Kulusevski and what have you. The only thing that worries me for Spurs is, and this will be probably the first unique test they've had under Postecoglou of this type, is that Luton are very much high energy still and very much from corners and set pieces really dangerous. Carlton Morris was dominant in the air second half the other night. You got Tom Lockyer, who scored obviously at Everton last week, who's very good in the air. And I just feel that is still Luton's best way of scoring goals. And is this a new Spurs defensive unit, or is it still showing some of the? I mean, if this has been Spurs last season with some of the characters they had at the back last season, I would have said this could be a shock.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I mean, from everything I hear about Van der Ven and the new goalkeeper, I haven't seen him in my own eyes yet this season, but from everything I hear, this is not the same kind of Spurs defending that we've seen over the last 2 or 3 years. So, I do expect you to go there and win handsomely, pretty much like at Burnley.
I've gone 3-1 on this one to Spurs, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk about Burnley-Chelsea? Do you want to chat about that, Moosey?
Why do you want to talk about Burnley-Chelsea? No one cares about Chelsea.
I think
starting to show little bits. Show bits.
No one cares, mate.
Bits.
I think this is massive for Chelsea because off the back of winning at Fulham and finally being able to put the ball in the back of the net, after the international break, they've got some real difficult games coming out. A really difficult run. Yeah. They haven't played badly, but if they could just back it up, I mean, win another game, go into the international break with a little bit of confidence and some goals behind them. Burnley the other night, I thought first half were good against Luton. Second half, rode their luck a little bit. But I think really Chelsea need to go and back up what they did at Craven Cottage. And if they can do that, and I don't really see a reason why they shouldn't, to be honest with you.
The way Burnley play, I think, will suit Chelsea. I mean, if they play open, expansive football, that's where we have some joy.
Yeah.
And we can hurt them.
They will try to.
Manchester United, mate, you've got to play Brentford. Big game this for United. They can't afford to lose this game. If they did, Ten Hag could be on his way out the door, I think.
I tell you, if they lose this...
Really?
Yeah, mate, I'm telling you, it's on a slippery slope. He's upsetting too many people.
I'm not sure on the way out, but I have to say, this could well be we might look back and go, my God, see what they did against Crystal Palace. See what they did at midweek in the Champions League. And these 3 games, if they were to lose this one, Moose, it might be the beginning and the end.
It might be. I'm not sure his P45 is being prepared as we speak, put it that way. Brentford will go there and we'll do what Brentford always do, which I think is be really competitive and really try hard. And a terrific sit down with Thomas Frank today. He's such a great guy to speak to. I think he knows the dangers of Rasmus Højlund in particular, obviously being Danish, and I actually think that's a really good signing. I mean, from again, I've only seen limited highlights of him, but from what I've seen so far,
he's a good player. Yeah,
he is good. It's
he's a good player,
it's just there's so many other United players that are just not on it at the moment. But as you rightly say, they do need a win. This is their worst start in goodness knows how long. I mean, I'm old enough to remember Manchester United being in the second division. And that's not going to happen this season. I'm not going to suggest they're going to get relegated, but I think you're right in a sense. It would be really, really bad if they went into this international break having lost Palace last week, Galatasaray in midweek, and Brentford at home. I mean, a week ago, I think you two were saying, these 3 games they were going to win. They were going to win all 3. And yet, they've lost the first 2 straight away. So I think this is must win, but not necessarily 100% to keep Ten Hag in a job. I don't see him being sacked over the international break if they lost it.
Obviously, to finish the one at the weekend, Arsenal Man City is a biggie. How did you see this one?
I think probably City will win it. Again, they've had a little sticky patch with the defeat at Wolves after the cup defeat at Newcastle. I thought last night for them was much needed. I mean, Haaland's due a goal and scored in 3 games, so he's due a goal. I think Arsenal, much will depend on whether Bukayo Saka is fit, and I'm not sure that he will be, but much will depend on that. And I'm not sure that Arsenal. I mean, it's a good time to play City without Rodri, without De Bruyne, without several key players. But I just think City are still the best team in the Premier League and will win the title, and I think they'll probably go to Arsenal on Sunday and win that game as well.
All right, Moosey, pleasure, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Wait, of course, wait.
What do you want to talk about?
What, Moose?
Sorry.
Late night disasters?
There is a team tonight that have created European history in this country.
Oh, mate, you won the Europa Conference League, mate. No one cares.
17 games.
Who cares, mate? You played a dog and duck trophy last season. Europa League.
Not even played. Spurs in their history haven't even played 17 games in Europe. We're unbeaten in 17. And we play Newcastle, and we're going to do to Newcastle what PSG could do to them the other night. So West Ham to beat Newcastle on Sunday.
What score?
We lost 5-1 last season, so I reckon we'll win 1-0.
All right.
Cheers, Moosey.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.